Mamin Chef, na mencha a chief. First and foremost, the baby South African investments, Ewukuma, and I'm holding companies. Addo saying. And of course, major ones in our MTN and multi-choice. Of course, there are other South African professionals who are Juma in a different capacity, mining money. Your friends say your oil sector, they are South Africans, but they're not individuals. But major companies, being multi-choice. Now, issue ni say, Minister, no my government, there are issues with MTN, home services, vis-a-vis, cost to Ghanaians. Politically, to be aware, Ubuhunya may be different. Money promises be. I know can't want money in you be added. But I want to believe that Tamil Minister of Opposition. I'm talking about Minister of Communication, Sam George. On say or make a lot of pronouncements and or make a lot of say your taxes MTN that they know a dozen into a bar or bedding or the cattle, they make sure that not buying and I am buying and as a Ghana buying and then this on better to Sanyam. And to Zoba watch here, I had to my Mupana said the Ghanaians in a day. I need the nitty gritty of agreements at the Daho. And in Yama were inside, or no Muslim in Yama be inside. And Germany so now no, you buy the minister can't thank God no. On Nana can watch him. The Ghanaians started beside say, Emra can see, now then I open so no, Untimi Yamoshi. And no mum the Kofa, the origination of Pone MTN issue at the buyer. It was the pressure from the public arising out of its own promises. And now the same pressure and the bar multi-choice again so. Under the MTN, I think that they resolve it somehow peacefully. But even with that, you and I know there's a telecommunication or can't also attend the charges. They have 1,000 ways or the increasing indirectly at Selawaji. The government is aware, the state is aware, all past previous governments in himself. Woman Kata, now Udua, send people in the Oswa, they be do elections. No man for MTN for. Mamiskati, Minfamura, the election as a party. I'm saying authority because I belong to any party. I can speak to that subject. But NDP, why you be that? MPP, why you be that? Oma Digitsika, our telcos, and the hope. Let's can our Genuaniska say or GC man receive. Or the company profit, and Waban Hosan acquire elections. Moma 5 million, and we need 10 million. Oh, be no bit my challenge me. Say Ghana government previous one both MPP and this home GDA. Now maybe I say, Oko no Oko Giska all the elections. Any scar when I demand yet or set you the tax. Says can we give then or the bayer. And the sign many be and the mark companies, i.e. multi-choice mo. Omubenya sepi to me any abetri say okay ebono ye beji and ye beji because we have a dimsika there sebi. And you had them messaging with citizens. That is not what I'm saying. Officially, it's on the table. But indirectly, may come a month for you say, and there may be a ban any telecommunications, the tech company or your service providers. Now, in the case of multi-choice, a minister's approach to me, I won't call it undiplomatic, but I will call it, say, a sector. And now we are regulator at the same time. The ministry is with you in your hand, and you are the controller general of that sector ministry. And it's a bad say, per se, who show the machoism and also who show the power of the regulator. There may be ways to do it without the public. Of course, the highlight Nabeto say what the can indicate is a multi-choice too high. First of all, what we said, can say, cost of doing businesses, cost of services, extremely higher. And it's how the benchmark, I could compare Nigeria. It is completely wrong. Any company operating in Nigeria, not under the postal regime of Ghana in terms of doing businesses, it is established. Any company here in Nigeria, so if you say Nigeria, obenya profit nipa ba ko 2 cedis da. Or dealing with as many as 200 million people by 2 cedis. Compared to Ghana, 40,000. Ghana, nipa yusu MTN, your friends, multi-choice services. How many are we? Are we up to 1 million? Not even more than 2 million, not even more than 1.5 million. The minister is aware. Why is it? Kumasi, nipa send the DSTV. Accra, we should not sit and make laws to benefit only an idea benefiting only your friends and the middle class and upper class. Me who will be a sabi. Very few of them. And the be a Odokana, baby, a memeti, really a Dani, than some amnia daden. Ludo send the MTN, DSTV. And 10-20 households be a sabi nipa bakupe and the DSTV. And in the customer rates and in the customer services, or run down with only few people in the country as compared to the taxes I would hear. The minister and the government must come in on that aspect. If you bring it to compare to Togo, the French phone, even though say Togo is smaller than Essen, French phone per leisure life. Togo forward, DSTV may be clients more than Ghana. Cote d'Ivoire, our more DSTV clients more than Ghana, regardless of your population to change. The me was DSTV clients more than because the government knows the services that Beman and Kofi and Nhyira. Into regulators, we're making taxes on those sector. And as those companies a bit flexible, and also they reflect on cost. But here is the case. Minister Nugu so can say price is not homogeneous. The minister has not come out to tell you and I say taxes they are making how Nigerians are paying publicly, but are they making how Nigerians are paying taxes? And I said those companies taxes they are paying to Nigerians. Is it being public? And they are emphasizing. We are now for one roadside one-way traffic of doing bilateral businesses, and that should not be the way diplomatically, because DSTV former service, you have a good service, you have to. The one we found was the whole Greater Accra, and Accra as a region, Takoradi, Volta, and you know a brown of the moon. Your region seems to be a man family to Inca. Every DSTV for the whole region, we pay 200 and 200. And you see, so we 10 regions. Now region be man just only about 500 customers. Region be man be 200. Now Accra no be about some couple of about 5,000 or 10,000. And Kumasi be about 5,000 or 6,000. Takra be man be 3,000-4,000. Who putting the customers together? It is next to nothing. And it's always striking a healthy balance and comparison. Say, only Nigeria, it is also wrong. And again, the approach of the social media transaction as a sector, me feel say, a problem kakra. Problem benewo. Yes, yes. Who minister no? When you are boardroom setting. So, but next I would depart social media as a platform to advance and advise. When they would also equally use same medium. Abasa na true argumentative. And I want to believe say your procedure you go through. Much as Mr. Sam George is fighting for the interest of Ghana. No? One would say that it's fighting for the interest of Ghana, but then particularly also for the middle class and the upper class and the elite. Because the normal Ghanaians and the Amokano on one say the multi-choice in Nimishi, let's say Yatuma. What does that? What do I care about? He said, who dealing with that kind of issues, sir? I want to suggest that multi-choice might not be right. They might not be right, sir. They are challenging authority, but it is the mode and the medium also then they engage, which I believe, say, the government. I think the diplomat was trying to, delve around it because we on the same party meetings near that. Into own teaming and near maybe sir, own teaming kind of direct, but you are outside India. You bet my cousin, Mr. Sam George. You should be so tone it down. Not that you tone that. He has to be very, very, very a bit on man from Kakra because don't forget that. They will say, what's that charge you? No stop you now. Multi-choice, yes. They can go to Tanzania, they are there, they are all over Africa. So severe the business of Ghana. Multi-choice in Kenya, and the numbers here more, 3 times more than Ghana. And what would he do? Ghana for workers. That is where the minister should also be looking at. Say how many workers and your friend is saying multi-choice forces by the a Ghanaian unemployment hit you. All those things, you know, we checking in now. No moment mini the engagement, you know, our social media by the minister with the settle with the particular company, you know. I think that it is, you know, to some extent needless. When I am a regulator, tell them how you want things to be done. Let them also tell you, but you meet them halfway. Tampa, Yamokano, ne boarding, ne mom ampa, yes, we are tax into militants will be there. If you also go to Ghana tax, GRA, non-GRA person to say, as far as a friend is saying, multi-class concerned, you know, do this or that. My dear, my issue, issue, say, Ghana as a country, this is Canada. Then let's go to Minister of Transport. The whole West Africa, Ghana, any country, you take it, I take it through boarding. And then I know the service. Yani airline, yani KLM Koko, yani British Airways in Koko. Shetogo Kitwa with aircraft they go sign a Koko. Ghana has the most biggest airport hub in terms of passengers. More than Nigeria in terms of flights, major flights is here. Nigeria is ahead of us because of the numbers. But the whole top region, Ghana have more passengers. Nevertheless, you take it board danger every country. From here to Burkina Faso, 2002. From here to Holland, we have 800 the economy. And then another minister and Nancy, ministers in Kamwatem. It is because of say Ubuta airliner or the country say more taxes on the West African belt is highest among the whole Africa. And you don't ticket to want them. The same issue with the multi-choice. And Agyapong, minister and the cost of doing businesses in Africa. Mr. Sam George is a cabinet minister. They should go to Parliament and talk to it about it. They should go to Parliament and address the issue.
Yo, Mr. Wahab yanhwe eba se a mining kita hodie mu a we no from near wa kenche say nhye da nyansunsanso bia se Ghana and South Africa.
Because Ninyaba o check South Africa. Also so new way of doing business. And I put on record, South African business, nobody can come and challenge me as a South African. It is one of the countries I also saw the only thing in South Africa is easy. We wait him the 5-10 minutes at their registered business. Registration of companies and the Omama are flexible. But doing business in South Africa is also not an easy joke. Because when we regulate the BNY or nature the Ghanaian company, every year it has all be closed down because they don't care. South Africans are very hostile. It is as if said it the same way. South Africa and the whole Africa, only Ethiopia. These are the two countries with very difficult visa procedure for Africans to acquire resident permit to do business. South Africa will as more than 18 different type of visas, which doesn't exist anywhere. Only Ethiopia and ESA. And the actual said the foreign companies, only Indian companies, only Ghanaian companies, only Nigerian. Mongolia Nigeria for a barbering shop. You make sure so South African Revenue Authority, because almost is the strongest and the country in this car. If they don't joke it. And they say, and that answers so true now, maybe I'm about to share media, may I mean, South Africa will just only pull their rod and tell you, say, get a hell out of here.